Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm just going to be opening my first 15 greater gifting crystals. My plan for this event is basically to do the minimum for milestones, which is, I think you end up getting 22 total, so my trades aren't totally done. But before going away for the holidays, I just wanted to kind of open these, do a quick video, and tell you some of my thoughts on the gifting event. I am actually pretty glad that I gave myself a couple days to think about this whole thing and to talk to some other summoners of varying levels, like some free-to-play players, some moderate spenders, some big spenders. And I think I kind of formulated my ideas on how I feel about this whole thing. What it comes down to actually is first of all a piece of advice that it's something that I've come to realize. Because there was a little bit of a dark shadow over me the first couple of days related to this event, and sort of the way I felt about the game in general. But the reason that dark cloud has kind of receded is because I've stopped thinking of this as an event, as a gifting part of the holiday season, competitive game mode, whatever you want to call it. And I've been thinking of it more as going to a fundraising gala for Marvel Contest of Champions. Because, you know, when you go to a fundraising gala, normally you pay a fee to get a seat at the table. You get wined and dined. You have a great dinner, a couple glasses of wine. Maybe you get to leave with a little gift basket with some little things that are nice to have for around the house or some consumables or something. You get to have a good time, hang out with friends. And then there are other people at the gala that maybe there's a silent auction and they're dropping thousands of dollars so that they can get some really rare items, you know, not pieces of code, but actual real items, and maybe a vacation to Barbados or something. And, you know, then there might be like a raise the paddle, like let's keep making money for this organization thing. And this might be for some nonprofit organization or for a private school or for something like that. And whenever I've attended events like that, it's either because I'm in the band and I'm playing in the back corner or, you know, I'm there just to support the group, knowing that I don't have the money to actually fund this group. And that's how I'm looking at gifting this year. My admission ticket is the units that I've grinded. And my benefit is the free rewards that I get from gifting by using that, by never swiping my credit card, just using my grinded units to do the bare minimum and get some nice rewards. And then there are other people that are helping support this game. And that's the most cut and dry way to look at it. But I will say my dark cloud that was over me was more it was more of an emotional reaction to this whole thing than a pragmatic one. And it was as simple as this. I had been busting in this game. You know, I am an officer. I play high tier map 8. I helped plan map 8 for a lot of people. There's Alliance War. We made Masters. I do all the content as soon as it comes out. I play my own account. I grind. I do featured grinds. I put up 142 million points for Archangel this year. You know, I've done the work and gotten to this point in the game, and it felt like all of 2021 was about getting that first rank 4. And, you know, all the content, all the Summer of Pain, the gauntlets, Karina's challenges, I even did the Incursions 20 room thing, all of Act 7, you know, all that stuff. And then I finally crossed the finish line, literally 12 hours before gifting started. I got my first rank 4. It was Apocalypse. There's a great video if you want to check it out, a little showcase of him taking Abyss thing. And then 12 hours later, the gifting rewards were announced, and it became obvious to me that other players were going to have access to 3 rank 4s, possibly 4, and the way it's looking, there may even be a summoner with 5 by the end of this. And I mean, that might be an over-exaggeration. I don't think 4 is, though. I do think there will be people with 4 because I've already seen screenshots of people with 3, and that's before they get the top 30 rewards, which is another free one. So that's where things stand. And for me, it's not about prestige because I was never at the cutting edge of prestige. Like, I'm not saying like, oh no, I've fallen out of the prestige race. I just want rank 4s to play with. And it felt like my Apocalypse value was diminished overnight because I had worked really hard to get that one rank 4 so that I was sort of toward the, the end game in terms of champs that I had and reaching that highest level. And then just for unlimited buying of GGCs and placing in the top 30, top 60, we ended up with people that are going to be able to get 3 or 4. And is it fair? Well, they paid for it and they got it, and Kabam set it up so that they could get it. I just think it's unbalanced, and it was a little bit, it just left me with a bad feeling, basically. And it made me want to not even go to that fundraising gala, because the game became less fun for me immediately by seeing that. And again, this isn't necessarily a pragmatic argument, like in terms of game health, in terms of game balance, in terms of the way this compares to previous gifting. There have been really good pragmatic arguments made by that. I would highly recommend checking out Vega's video, DLL's video. Even KT1, I think, had a really good take on this. Brian Grant did a great video just sort of talking about the history of gifting from 2016 till now. Check those out if you want the pragmatic argument. I'm just letting you know that I didn't feel good about finally achieving a rank 4 and then that becoming devalued in my head. Like, of course, it's still valuable, but it just sort of took the wind out of me the next day when I saw that, if you can drop enough cash, you can get 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 rank 4s immediately. So let's look at this nice stash that I got here. We got some tier 4 basics. We got some 5-star signature stones. We got a little bit of 6-star shards. We have a 5-star awakening gem. Ooh, 5 6-star sigs. A little bit of T2A. A little bit of tier 5 basics. So nothing game changing here. But again, I just paid the entry price of using the units that I grinded to get a seat at the table at the gala. I'll take that free stuff. Last thing I'm going to do is pop open 2 featured 5-stars because I really want Penny Parker. That's the only champ I want because of the Mysterio synergy and being able to take him into Act 7. And hey, a little bit of a silver lining. Just for showing up at the fundraising gala, I got my Penny Parker. I can now use my rank 3 Mysterio in Act 7.4 if I need to. That's great. I got something out of this, So that's sort of my whole take on this. Is I know in my head that I'm not going to fall behind. I know in my head that my alliance is probably going to be fine because we're top 30, top 45, and Masters War, I think we will still be in the same bracket. My standing and prestige in my alliance, I'm in the top half, so I'm not in danger of anything. I'm having fun with the gifting event, but I just wish that they had balanced this a little bit better, even more toward the 2019 and 2020, or given us some promise of content to catch up. There's no Abyss of Legends coming this January, like in 2019, they gave some people some rank 3s, but then there was the promise of the Abyss. Even if you weren't going to do the Abyss in January, you knew that you could start working toward it. And I just don't feel that promise for the player like myself that more rank 4s are around the corner. And again, it's not about prestige. I just want more rank 4s to play with. And I feel like there's an unfair advantage currently because of just the disparity in the rewards that you get from spending an unlimited amount. So that's where I'm at. Again, I don't think you can argue with me because this is how I feel. In my head, I understand it. It's a fundraising gala. I'll keep saying that. But in terms of how I feel about the event, it is discouraging me from attending that fundraising gala next year. And I think what it means for my future of the game is that I'm going to play, I'm going to stay competitive, but if I do fall out from where I am in the competitive scale of things, I think I'm going to be okay with that. I think if I slowly fall behind, that's all right. I don't see that happening. I think I'm in a pretty good position, but also I'm kind of like divorcing in my head this need to stay maximally competitive. Like I want to focus again on having fun and the community and doing the content when it comes out and the friendships and all that. That's what I want to be focusing on in 2022. So hopefully this gave you an interesting perspective. Thanks for watching my crystal opening. If you celebrate Christmas or holidays this season, I wish you the best. I hope you get some rest and relaxation, and I will catch you in the next video.